Hey y'all, we're back at it again. Season 3 of the Kardashians. Wait, this is me.
I could have interrupted you, but I didn't because I'm respecting you.
What do you want to say?
I just want you to do, hey y'all.
I did it.
But you did it like, hey y'all.
And we're in a new era.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess I'm just nostalgic for the old era.
Just like we are
back in the day
watching this fucking Kardashians show. That's how you fucking feel.
Like back in the day when they used to make Chris cry every episode. That was where it was at, you know.
Exactly. Exactly.
They used to be like, hey Chris, you know you're using us all. You should be a better person. And you're like, I do everything.
Meanwhile, Rob's stuffing his face in the background.
Yeah, Rob's like, Mom, pills. And now they are sandblasting Chris's face off with a filter. I swear one time Chris is gonna open her mouth and a puppy dog tongue is gonna shoot out. They got so much filter on her.
It's literally so true.
It's so bad.
Like, what is going on with Chris?
Yeah.
Let's get into it, okay? Season 3, episode 2 of the Kardashians, and I'm reading from the Reddit recaps on the KUWTK Snark sub. That's where I'm getting my scene-by-scene recap, if you're wondering. Anyway.
You know she's a hater. She's in the Snark sub. That's all. I saw a poll in the Snark sub. It said, "Are you excited to watch the new season?" And it was like 85 to 15% no, we're not excited. But we're going to do it anyway.
It's a disease.
Yeah.
It's a disease.
Honestly, the apocalypse should happen any day. We're ripe. We are ripe on the limb, you know? For the end of days.
Let's get into it. All right. So at Kim's house, Kim is still overwhelmed by Kanye's behavior and would very much like to be excluded from this narrative. She says, for the 5th time, that she's not going to talk about what happened with Kanye for the sake of the kids, but then talks at length about what happened with Kanye and how he's hitting rock bottom, and we will have to figure it out on his own. God bless Chris for not saying, at least your ex-husband didn't kill someone and turn up on the front of Vanity Fair in a corset.
Oh my God, when you're reading the snark parts. Who added that? Oh, they added that. Okay.
Yeah. Kim says...
Did they ever mention that on the show?
What?
That Caitlyn killed somebody?
No. We should definitely go over that at some point. Like, Caitlyn literally murdered someone.
Was that before or after the Vanity Fair cover?
After.
Or the Woman of the Year? Was that Woman of the Year Vanity Fair?
I think it's a little bit after that.
A little bit after?
Yeah.
She's like fresh off of killing somebody. Woman of the Year. I would expect a Woman of the Year to have less murders under her belt. I don't know.
You do
just me, but I would think that the Woman of the Year would be saving lives, not ending them.
We are where we are. But actually, if we can get a Caitlyn cameo, Kim, since you're going to get so mad at us all the time and address us like a fucking weirdo.
They'll never do another Caitlyn. Will they?
Kim, what we want is a Caitlyn cameo. We want or Black China. Black China back with Rob.
There are people who are dead to the family, aren't they?
That's what we want. You're boring, Kim.
I mean...
You mad that we tell you that you're boring? Because I think you're boring.
Rob is borderline dead to the family. Like, when's the last time Rob's been on the show?
It's been a while, but I'm saying if you want to make it interesting...
Scott has been, demoted to, interviewer.
Yeah.
He's he doesn't have any details about his life on the show anymore.
Yeah.
He shows up sick and asks them questions about themselves.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Let's keep going with this. Kim says North doesn't have any sense of what is going on and only lets the kids watch Apple TV.
That's not...
Which I'm sure Disney was thrilled to hear. The irony, of course, is that she's talking about protecting children while she's wearing a Balenciaga hoodie.
Oh, but this is before that, right?
Yeah, maybe. Is it?
Time-wise.
I think it's a little bit before.
Yeah.
We don't know because they never specify anything.
Yeah.
They never specify anything. I think that's what my main frustration was, at least, was that there's and later on they talk about how they're mad at the audience because we don't like it anymore.
Well, based on what's going on though, she's complaining about Kanye talking about her sex tape. So I'm pretty sure that's before Balenciaga. Yeah. That was when Kanye was posting a lot on Instagram about their breakup.
Right.
And also Pete Davidson is over too. So Actually, I don't know where it is time-wise, actually.
It's so non-specific.
After Pete Davidson, but there's still, Kanye is still doing stuff?
Yeah.
Or is she retrospectively complaining about Kanye? Because Kanye was really only acting up, for the most part, when she was dating Pete. Am I wrong?
Mostly.
And, like, the initial divorce and Pete, he was, like, kind of going nuts.
Right.
But then he kind of stopped.
Then
he went political.
But the Jewish
Hitler,
thing, I think, was after Pete.
But that clearly hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
Right? Because...
But maybe it has, and she just won't be specific.
I mean, her saying, like, I'll let him completely, like, burn himself out on his own is really foreshadowing if it hasn't happened yet.
And the White Lives Matter? Was it that time?
I think it's before that, too. White Lives Matter and the Kanye Hitler stuff was very close together.
Right.
Like, they basically led into
That's why it's so hard to figure out what she's referring to.
Yeah.
And it's so frustrating as a viewer. He's like, oh, I'm being open. You're being vague and confusing, and you're controlling everything. You know, back in the day, they had producers and people who kind of like were in on their lives. Sometimes they didn't want them to be there. Mm-hmm. So there was sort of a level of forced honesty. Yeah. Now it's like they control everything, so they don't ever have
They're literally call up TMZ and stuff when they're going to do something, you know? Like, so even that shit is, you can't trust.
Yeah, it's all...
And and the thing points out, like, she's like, I'm not going to give any details. And she even is like, my kids will appreciate this someday that I didn't give details. But she does do enough details to be like, Kanye is abusing our kids, basically. Yeah. Like, she's giving just the parts that help her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know?
She's saying everything without saying anything particularly.
I think people were making a good case, too, that Kanye was being, like, abusive or stalkerish to Kim. Like, I thought that was, like, a pretty good argument. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't say anything like that.
Yeah, she doesn't even use the good argument.
Which makes me wonder, like, what is going on between them?
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I did notice that as well.
Yeah, because people really painted him as a bad guy. Mm-hmm. But we were only getting, like... the stuff he was saying in, like, while he was having a meltdown. Right. And I don't know. So I don't know. Remember Trevor Noah was like, I love you, but please leave Kim alone. Yeah. And shit like that. I don't really like
Trevor Noah coon.
Yeah. I don't really like Trevor Noah, and I thought Kanye was funny when he came back. He said the song, you know. What's that? I don't know if I can say
don't say
that word?
You cannot say that word.
You say it. Bye, my friend.
Kumbaya.
Yeah,
oh.
That's what Kanye said to him. Oh, that's what he said to Trevor Noah. It was a funny comeback. Yeah. It's weird to be in such a psychotic mess that you're stalking your ex, but you could still come up with all these, like, funny lines. You're like a Batman villain or something. You're like the Joker. You know, like, you're doing something evil and then being like, check out this impression I can do.
I think it's pretty
Remember he went on Alex Jones? He's like, look, this is Nancy Pelosi or something.
Yeah,
and it was like a glove. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm remembering it wrong, but he was doing bits, like.
Mm-hmm. Let's get into it. Yeah. All right. So Kim arrives at her office next. She decides to serve as the creative director of the Dolce show in Milan and just hopes Courtney is too busy fucking Travis to notice.
Dude, what are these you got the juicy
I told you it's in the Snark side.
I know. We don't ever do the juicy outline with all the jokes in it.
I like it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, basically she's like, this is going to piss off Courtney. And Courtney's and Kim have not interacted yet this season. They've not been in the same room together. In fact, Courtney's really only been around Chloe. And that's it. We saw Courtney in this episode. Travis. Was Travis in the show yet?
The first episode, yeah. Because they really have sex.
I didn't see him, though.
I saw him for a second.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't, like, doing much, but he was there in this.
I just remember her, like, going up the stairs to talk to Chloe, and then she ends the interview because she has to go fuck Travis. Mm-hmm. But I didn't remember actually seeing Travis. And then she's around a bunch of, like, marketing people this episode. Yeah. Like, she's not around any actual Kardashians or...
No, she's around marketing people. And we'll see later for her little company. We're gonna flip. Courtney, we're gonna roast the fuck out of you for this dumb gummy shit. Okay. But yeah, anyway, back to Kim and Dolce. Kim's like, yeah, it's my first creative thing, even though I already do Skims and stuff. Mm-hmm. Or my first fashion thing. I'm like, don't you do Skims independently? But whatever. She's like, she explains it weird how it's her first, but not her first fashion creative thing.
I remember catching that and asking you, like, how have you been a fashion person so long? And this is she says, this is my first independent creative venture.
Yeah. In fashion.
And then she says, like, outside of Skims. But, you know, I don't believe any of these people do anything.
Yeah, I don't think they do shit.
The Courtney part was funny. We'll get to it.
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
Um,
I've been not doing anything for 5 years to not do anything with this new thing.
Stop.
That I'm not doing anything with.
Stop that 5 year shit. Stop. We're going to get to the 5 years. Stop.
I did nothing for 5 years before I could do nothing. Before I could talk to a man about pineapple and why it sounds like a pussy thing.
Okay, anyway, Kim and Dolce, she's just going on about how she's like, oh, I'm excited for it, and we're going to do these fucking looks.
This is a big deal. Dolce & Gabbana, famous for Corey Gamble cologne.
Let me look at the Corey Gamble Dolce & Gabbana collab real quick, because it's like, how seriously, like, how big of a deal is it for Kim to have this little Dolce & Gabbana project? If Corey Gamble can do a Dolce deal.
Are you kidding me? Everyone at work is talking about the Dolce & Gabbana cologne. I wasn't allowed to sit at the same lunch table as everybody because I didn't smell like Corey Gamble.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've been alienated from my friends and family because I don't fit in with the current trend.
So can't go because Gamble having a DJ collab.
We can't look at... We're doing this show here.
Sorry.
He's showing me bullshit.
The point is, Corey Gamble has a Dolce collab.
Yeah.
And it's like, how seriously can we take it?
That's a good cologne. I defend it. I want some for Christmas. That's what I want.
Well, you're the one making the money.
If we can afford it. Corey Gamble cologne? That's the top line. I might have to put
we have to skip Mexico.
Take out a second mortgage on Cran.
Cran's down here, by the way. Cran's
this is an expensive cat. We had to take out a mortgage to get her.
Can't walk very well, but worth it.
Aw,
she blinked at us. But anyway, Kim and Dolce, she's just like, yeah, you know, it's kind of close to Courtney's situation, but whatever.
Yeah, they're really trying to make it seem like Kim is a business lady. I honestly zone out when she's like in a business meeting because it just seems fake. It seems
so fake and sterile, and
also, why would I want to watch somebody at work like I have a job?
Right.
Like maybe that's like she's like, this is interesting this is kind of interesting, like this is what it's like to work.
Yeah.
And everyone around her is like, yeah, we all work, we know. You don't ever do anything, so you've never seen this.
So it's exciting to
But
her.
this is actually most of everybody else's lives in the world. They're not just used to sitting on big white couches all day.
They do have some bomb ass couches, the Kardashians.
They do, man. It does look like comfy.
Comfy as hell.
I don't know, but I would I don't know. It's just too white. I would feel like I was in fucking purgatory if I was in there.
I would need some color and some cream and like some blankets and some warmth, you know, coziness, some kind of light, like some dim lighting sometimes. Like their lighting is always like a fucking science lab.
Yeah.
Like it's just...
it is.
Yeah.
I think the Talking Heads wrote a song about it. They say, heaven is a place where nothing ever happens.
Mm.
And it's basically like Kim's house.
Yeah.
It's like set up like heaven and nothing ever happens there.
Kim's house sucks.
And then for some reason it's a TV show. Broadcast to millions of people. For why?
We can't stop, baby. We can't stop. Let's get into the next section. All right. Khloe and Scott arrive at Kim's house. They discuss this press response to the last season, and rankle at the notion that they don't share enough on the show, which Kim doesn't think is fair because she literally talked about Pete putting pimple cream on her nose. Scott asked them if they really want to keep making the show, but Kim
that was awesome, actually.
But Kim likes filming their lives because it's a way to help and inspire people who can relate to their struggles. And Khloe likes.
Who is that?
And Khloe likes the money.
Who can relate to their struggles? Like, I don't know, like Paris Hilton or like some other, like Miley Cyrus or somebody. Like, who's watching this and relating to it? Taylor Swift?
Michael Jackson's daughter?
Yeah, Michael Jackson's children. Blanket? Does Blanket like this show?
That would be funny.
Yeah.
If Blanket was watching the show. Their families have a little connection, unfortunately.
I heard that Blanket, his house, he refused to have an upstairs. He said he didn't want a balcony.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, stop!
He's afraid of balconies.
Stop. Let that poor boy alone. But yeah, this is also the part where this is the part where they're like Chloe gets mad at Scott because he's sick and he's coughing.
Can I say something about Blanket in the balcony?
Okay.
Leave Michael Jackson alone. Michael Jackson knew that if anything happened to Blanket, if he would have fell, that Bubbles would have caught him. All right. What did you say?
That's why I can't live.
Bubbles is hanging on the side of the building anyway, like King Kong.
Bubbles,
just in case Blanket
by the way,
fell.
guys, Bubbles is not doing well. He's still alive.
Yeah.
And he self-harmed a few years ago.
I don't think he's self-harmed for a while, but there are some.
But he
articles,
did self-harm.
There are articles online about Michael Jackson's old chimpanzee Bubbles self-harming and attempting suicide, supposedly.
Attempting suicide after Michael.
Not funny.
After Michael died.
Yeah. Before Michael died, he self-harmed when Michael died.
Oh yeah.
Whatever.
Sorry.
Let's we'll circle back around to that on our other series of Bubbles.
All right, but yeah, okay. This is the scene where Chloe and Scott and Kim are all together. This is the scene where Chloe is like, "Stop coughing, you sick bitch," and Scott's just like, "I'm sick. I'm trying to drink tea."
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah.
Scott, he walks in the door. All right, here's the other thing too about this. Like, all right, I had a thought about this, but like, so Scott walks in the door, he's coughing, and Chloe's face immediately wrinkles up like, "How dare you cough in my presence?"
Yeah.
It reminds me of stories I heard about the Vince McMahon, the leader of the professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Supposedly, he used to get angry at people who would sneeze around him.
Really?
Yeah, and everyone's like, "What a psycho!"
Yeah.
You know, he gets angry that you sneeze. He views it as a weakness. Like you should stop yourself from sneezing. These are
Jocelyn did that. Remember with the girl who was coughing?
Yeah. These are involuntary. I do get mad at you for coughing sometimes, but you cough too much.
I do. It's fair.
But I hold it back because I know I'm wrong. Also,
yeah.
Like you cough. It's
because I'm smoking weed. She's doing it because he's actually sick. He's
clearly
Ill.
sick. He's drinking tea.
He's trying to get better because he's ill.
And Chloe's just going in on him.
Yeah, it's really mean.
But he also says something weird like, "Me and you should go on a date." Didn't he say that?
Yeah.
He's always flirts with Chloe like that, but then Chloe just changes the subject and goes, "If I was on a date with you, I'd leave immediately because you're coughing." Or she calls it hacking to try and differentiate it and make it sound like it's something bad.
Yeah.
But it's a bodily function. He's sick. He's like, he looks at her with this "I want to kill you" face, like dead stare, like I'm drinking this to try and fix it.
Yeah.
So
poor Scott.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna get talked over in this next segment, and then I'm gonna suggest that we end the show. And then didn't you do something else sad too? Like everything he added to this segment was just sad. And then you were like, "Wow, Scott's getting fat."
That was later. That's later.
But still, it's like he's going down some depressed road.
We're gonna talk about that later.
We will.
That's not a good metaphor.
What?
He had a car crash.
Is that why
down
he's like this?
Road.
Oh, I didn't mean that. He did go down and yeah. I think there was a depression in the road that made his car flip over.
What's wrong with this guy? Yes.
I didn't mean that. That was a total coincidence.
Meanie. But yeah, moving on. But also, and then Kim is mad because she's reading the feedback about the show. And she's they're saying we don't share enough. We share everything, and I can't make Kanye or Pee on the show. They're not cast members.
Yeah.
Stop being mean to me. You're the problem. I'm just an evolving artist.
Yeah.
Kim, shut the fuck up. We've been tired. We've been tired.
Yeah.
You really have.
She's not even responding to like the best criticisms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she picked like 2 weaker criticisms. One of the criticisms, by the way, is like Kanye is not present on the show. And that's just true. And even she's like, well, he doesn't want to do it. And it's
that's
like,
fine,
yeah,
whatever.
okay.
But we're saying when you do talk about him, it's all these weird fucking non-specific riddles.
Yeah.
And you're never actually, because they're like, we're getting you, on the phone talking about Kanye candidly with your sister. It's never like authentic moments. It's just you saying, I won't talk about it. My hijos, my kids, I can't talk about it. I watch it with Spanish subtitles. But I can't talk about it. And it's like, okay, bitch, you keep saying that. Is that interesting? That's everything you do now. It's just like
Yeah.
it's just very non-specific bullshit. I mean, only time you're ever specific and give actual like interaction, like energy and interaction with something is when it's a product.
Yeah.
When it's good American, Chloe, or your skin shit, don't think about it, or you're fucking safely
She's
shit.
trying to prove that she's a worker now by
Yeah.
showing her in board meetings about making a clothing line based on how she dresses, as if she picked any of that out. And what about, we wanted you to talk about Travis Scott Astroworld. We wanted you to talk about Caitlyn Jenner running over somebody.
Yeah.
We wanted you to talk about, you know, a million things.
And you're
that
like,
you just gloss over.
And you're just like, I can't have Kanye in the show. Yeah, we know, bitch. We're not dumb.
Are you going to talk about Balenciaga when it comes out? Are you going to talk about...
Or those weird-ass North TikToks.
Yeah.
Why is fucking your daughter up here shaking her ass to Ice Spice?
Yeah.
Talking about, he blowing my back out. No. Ain't no 9-year-old talking about blowing my back out, and it's okay.
You won't even talk about the Prince thing.
Yeah, she could barely do that.
I guess they did on that
the old episode. Yeah.
But, yeah. She takes dancing lessons in it. To try and learn how to dance in that episode.
Does she?
Yeah. To make up for the Prince incident.
That's so fucking idiot.
I liked it when they had less control and people were being mean to them and they were being mean to each other.
Yeah, I like that way better.
So super... It reminds me of like what happened to YouTube comments. It used to be a war zone and now it's like everybody's just happy and supportive in the YouTube comments.
They completely sanitized and combed through.
Who's running this YouTube comments thing? Kris Jenner?
Good God.
Nobody could say anything bad
I
anymore.
think Kris Jenner, like, owning a social media platform.
My favorite thing to imagine Kris Jenner doing is getting hit by a comet.
Yeah. Anything painful to her. Actually, I don't want her to die easy and fast. I want her to go so it's like...
Yeah.
I want her to be like I want her to like get eaten alive or some shit from the bottom though.
Yeah,
so start like with the feet and they just
like eaten by insects.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Oh, eaten by spiders.
Yeah.
How about the spiders come out from inside of her, like they hatch their eggs inside of her? All right. Chloe was also criticized for not sharing enough about her
Tristan stuff.
Tristan
because
stuff.
It wasn't because you didn't share enough, Chloe. It was because you like were weird and like lying about it.
What'd you lie about?
Not lie about it, but it was like the whole timeline was weird because like we didn't know that like you were doing the surrogate thing, and then you went back and told us, and it was like a weird timeline.
Oh yeah, the main question is like, did she know about the cheating before or after the surrogate? Because I sort of suspect that she got she knew about the cheating before she got the surrogate.
I kind of suspected.
And I think she was using the surrogate to try and fix their relationship. And it'd be a very human thing to admit that you did something like kind of emotional and drastic, but she doesn't want to come off like a This is my fan theory, all right?
Fan theory.
I got no evidence, and I barely watch it, so the timeline... You could prove me wrong, probably, with a good timeline. But I think that, there's probably something going on. And she's like, I'll share about my cancer. And it's like, yeah, of course you will. That makes you more... Yeah. It
doesn't make you look bad.
Yeah, it makes you more... It baby faces you in wrestling terms. It makes you more of a hero that you're dealing with cancer. You although she is becoming, I said this, I think she's becoming the villain of the show, where it used to be Kim or Courtney, because so far on these episodes, all she's done is said how she hates her own baby. And then what was the other thing she did? She criticized Scott's cough, which I thought was a very villainous thing.
And it was really,
and she's gonna have a big scar on her face, so she's gonna look like a villain. You know, she's gonna look like.
And her face is already like so like right now. Like it's just
she looks like Cruella DeVille, dude. She looks. Yeah, and she's gonna have a villain scar. Yeah, she's gonna be the new bad guy, which is she's always been sort of the middle child peacemaker thing, whatever. Yeah. Everyone's going crazy. How can I fix this? Yeah. But now it's going to be her as the villain. Yeah, I'm hoping.
She's definitely taking a turn. All right, let's move on.
Poor Scott.
At Courtney's house, Courtney finally has a business that she's passionate about. Cheaply made, nutritionally benign gummy vitamins. She admits that Kim's words have been ringing in her ears since their fight 5 years ago, but now she's building something that her kids can be proud of and a part of, because it's important that kids see their mom sell supplements that make vaginas taste better and pursue her dreams.
Yeah. My favorite, I thought the nutritionally benign is like the funniest summary of her whole thing. she'll fall for a health scam in the quickest time possible.
Yeah, Courtney is shit.
They're like, hey, this stuff is good for vagina. It's got pineapple extract. When has that ever been connected? Why is that? People think that pineapple makes your cum taste better, and now I think it just fixes all your genitals. Pineapple is just like
a fruit.
It's like the most acidic fruit in nature. Like, it's just gonna burn why wouldn't it just burn the back of your vagina? Like,
yeah, I thought you drink cranberry juice and you like have like a UTI issues.
But cranberry juice
is supposed to burn the bacteria.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you pee, it's supposed to burn out the bacteria.
I just feel like if you got pineapple on your vagina, you'd be having a bad day.
Yeah.
Like, that would be like a little a crotch spice, you know? Like, you ever cut jalapenos and then touch yourself? Like,
no.
Not even in the privates, but I mean, because when you're a man and you pee, you hold yourself. You have to wash your hands after you. This is a thing. If you worked in kitchens, you'll know that if you cut spicy peppers, you have to wash your hands, or you could really fuck up your eye if you scratch your eye,
yeah, I guess, like,
or just different parts of your skin. But also, when you go pee, that skin is very sensitive and it'll absorb that.
Happened to you?
Oh yeah, that's a bad time.
No.
So when I hear about somebody putting pineapple extract down their snatch, I'm not a fan. You can't just be putting these random fruits and vegetables on your genitals. What are you, the grapefruit lady? You remember that shit?
Yeah.
From the internet?
All right.
The internet rules.
But but Courtney is saying that, for 5 years she's been thinking about doing this nothing project.
Yeah. Remember when they're like, she's talking about like the difficulties of it, and she's like, well, there's the price. And there's the package.
And then she's like, the ingredient.
She's just trying to think of like, what are parts of a product? She's like, clearly has nothing to do with anything in this. And she just sat at a table with some people who were like, okay, this is what we're doing. Can we put your name on it?
Yeah, basically. They'll be like, do you like this color ad or this color ad? Do you like this font? It is fun. Like, she's making little choices, but they're getting the choices out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And they know it works. They know different options of what she might like that looks good together. And she just is like, yeah, this is cute. But make this sweeter.
She's not like a food scientist.
No.
She's not like in a lab figuring out what's going to fix your...
None of that.
Fix your pH down there.
And that's all like Kim is doing in her fashion shit. She's just picking shit. Like, this shit.
She's looking at a big list of outfits she wore in the 90s that were picked out by somebody in the 90s, and she's picking out which of those ones she's going to use for a 90s throwback of her. And even the Dolce Gabbana people were like, we're using a bunch of designs from the Vault. Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is such a, like, all right, we just need to do something, so we just looked at a bunch of shit we already did, and we're going to do some of that again.
Yeah.
And then we're going to call it You and what you look like, and that's it. Most hardworking woman I've ever seen in my life, Kim Kardashian.
Oh yeah, but finishing up with Courtney. Let's finish it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Courtney's situation. Ultimately, she just thinks this pineapple shit's gonna help your vagina, and it makes no sense. And what the fuck does it mean that they are creating the world's cleanest vagina gummy?
What does that mean? Yeah.
Cleanest? Like other ones are dirty. They got dirt in them. What the fuck?
I mean, maybe in her way, it's like not organic or something. They're missing. There's aspartame in the other vagina gummies. Or something like.
Use better words.
Yeah.
They fucking annoying, and Courtney's done for this. You know she's done for this.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Malika arrives.
I mean, these are the same people who sell, Bitcoin scams and stuff, right? Like.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They'll literally sell you products that are scams. So yeah, health food scams. These go back to there's literally the term snake oil salesman because of how far health scams go back.
This is basically snake oil.
Yeah. And Courtney, I don't know what her thing is. Like, I also in my life have never been like taking a vitamin and then being like, wow, I feel good today. You have to take like a real drug to feel good.
That's what I kind of think too.
Yeah, the only I've never taken a Vicodin and felt I've never taken a vitamin and felt good, but I've taken a Vicodin and been like, whoa, things are moving pretty good. Yeah, I think I could get into this.
It depends on which V you choose.
Yeah, my favorite dietary supplement is when you drink like 8 beers and half a Narco. then you're like, oh, right, I know how to dance. I've never been like, ooh, fish oil, yum, yum. I can't wait to get on the treadmill. Just, I don't know what the fuck people do.
It's a more enjoyable experience.
I just think it's all crap.
Agreed. But all right. So next we got Malika arrives at Chloe's house. Chloe had surgery to remove the tumor from her face. Malika breaks down into tears, finally giving Chloe the response this kind of situation deserves. But Chloe can't accept sympathy because that would mean actually acknowledging what is happening.
Yeah.
Malika thinks Chloe should have a good cry, but Chloe doesn't see the point, and also her mood stabilizer won't allow it. We think that, or you
mood stabilizer, that's funny.
Yeah, but you were saying Malika was being weird because she was like taking on Chloe's pain as her own pain.
Yeah, I thought it was a little too much.
Yeah, it was weird to me.
It reminded me of when Stacy and Darcy find out their dad had a stroke.
Yeah.
And they were like way more upset than him.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
And maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't even connect that till right now. But if Chloe dies, what does Malika do? What's her life? Yeah, like Malika is completely...
a Khloe Kardashian, like, we miss you fan organization.
Yeah, she's like completely dependent on Chloe.
Like her career, everything is Chloe based. Like,
also, she's an actor, right? She was in
ATL.
She was in ATL.
Yeah.
So now her role is pretending to be Chloe. If I was Chloe, I would be sad. I'm sad.
Honestly, I would love to see like a psych evaluation on Malika because I'm like, you gotta have issues.
Dependency, like some kind of like dependency issue, like
and self-esteem issues.
Yeah.
And she's actually so pretty. She's prettier than the Kardashians.
Mm-hmm.
And they honestly all make themselves look like her.
Yeah, I was asking you about it because she shows up wearing them big pants.
Yeah.
Like Kim always has like big pants and like big pants plus a sweatshirt tied around her waist in her own home. Mm-hmm. Like lounging in her own home with like a coat tied around her waist. I was saying to you, like, how often do you ever tie a sweatshirt or a coat around your waist? It's for when you accidentally bring a coat and you don't need it, right? You tie it around your waist.
Yeah.
And I've probably done that like once a year in my life. And yet Kim, every scene of every episode of the show has a different sweater. Like it's her outfit.
She's always got to fucking hide that big ass outfit ass
But
shit.
it just makes it look bigger. It makes it look like she's, because she's got these baggy clothes draped off it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like, I was saying, it looks like somebody put together an action figure wrong and they got a Barbie top and a Shrek bottom. Like a Shrek action figure bottom. Like this big old legs, And
you were saying that you think Malika kind of dresses the same because she doesn't want...
Kim dresses and looks like she's wearing the back of a horse costume. like just the back of the horse, Yeah. Like she's looking for her front of the horse to put together a horse, No, you ever see when...
centaurs?
That's half human, half horse. But people dress in a costume as a horse. One person wears the front legs and one person does the back legs and they come together and make a horse. Yeah. She's dressed always like she's wearing that bottom of a horse costume, just like the big horse legs.
Yeah. What do you look like a centaur?
Really a minotaur.
A minotaur?
A minotaur is like half man, half like goat legs, like horse legs.
What's centaur?
Centaur is you have all four horse legs.
Oh.
So that would be four legs.
Yeah.
You have a horse bottom, like where the horse head is, a man comes out.
Oh, so Kim's a minotaur.
A minotaur is more what I think we're thinking about.
Yeah, it's Kim. That should be your next like Dolce line thing. Like do a minotaur.
Yeah.
Do a minotaur.
Minotaur by Kim Kardashian.
But so you think Malika has to dress similarly? Because
I'm like Malika.
Because even though Malika is shaped normal and cute, she just can't do that because she knows that she'll get less screen time if she looks better than them.
I literally don't see people wearing them big pants like around me.
I be wearing big pants sometimes a little bit.
You do? Mm. I feel like most pants taper at the calves,
Yeah, but sometimes I wear bigger pants.
These are around.
They taper at the calves, yeah. I wear sweatpants.
On the Kardashians, sweatpants, but your sweatpants tapered. No,
Cran. Sorry, Cran's fun with the keyboard.
All right, cool. No, I don't know how to explain it. The big pants they wear in that show, like I feel like I only see them on that show.
I see what you're saying. It's just
like you have a pair of sweatpants, those ones right there, that the calves are like what do you call it? They get smaller as they go down your leg.
Yeah.
They sort of match the consistency of your leg. Right. These are like big, bold sweatpants all the way down, like clown pants.
Yeah, I know. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But you know, they do look crazy. Like, they make Malika look crazy. Also, Malika looks way younger than them. Malika looks like she's still like 25.
Also, yeah, speaking of looks, I wonder if Chloe's melanoma has anything to do with the amount of makeup they put on every single day of their lives.
And surgeries. Yeah.
And surgeries
and
they've
like,
gone. And,
you know, messing with your body can, like, cancer is like, you know, a situation where your body can't stop reproducing the cells.
Yeah.
It's fucking up, right? Sometimes messing with your body can make it fuck up, right?
Yeah. Maybe making strange incisions in your face and then dumping makeup made out of strange chemicals into those incisions might mess up your body in a way that the cells start freaking out.
Maybe. It's right in that spot right there where you get like the buccal fat removal. When they when they like want to look more model-esque, to take a little like chunk of fat out of their cheek. It's right in that spot right there.
Okay.
So it's called buccal fat removal.
I've heard of that. Yeah. So freaky.
Take a little chunk out of the cheek.
Yeah. Well, good luck to her.
But yeah.
You know what? It couldn't have happened to a better person too. Like, she's such a good person. You know, it's so sad when bad things happen to good people.
Muy triste.
You know, the show just inspires me. That's what I would hate if she died. How would I be inspired by the show? All right.
Kylie arrives at a lab in Milan. Kylie's public relations team would like me to know that it's fine that Kylie's hair is falling everywhere and she's pretending to drink foundation from a beaker because this is not the production facility.
Yeah.
It's only where the products are formulated. You can tell the difference because the staff at the factory aren't allowed to look at or talk to Kylie when she visits. Kylie says she took 5 years to be a mother, and that was enough. So now she wants to focus on work.
Uh-huh. So she puts on the lab coat and looks at different colored water in different beakers. And this is like what I said to you, is like, okay, Kylie and Kendall are just like the popcorn break of every episode. It's like, all right, let's take a breath. Have Kylie and Kendall come out and do nothing.
Yeah, I don't even care what happens.
They do. This show about nothing is like extra about nothing during these Kylie Kendall scenes.
Yeah. They
like double down.
I'm just going to move on.
Yeah.
Chris arrives at Scott's house. Scott got in a car accident the day before. He's shaken but suffered only minor injuries, and once the hangover had worn off, he was fine. It's a total mystery how Scott flipped his Lamborghini after hitting his neighbor's mailbox on a residential street where the speed limit is 20 miles per hour. Rather than go to the emergency room, he had his 9-year-old daughter clean the blood off his face. I'm going to hell because the way I laughed when it cut to Chris saying, "Scott is such a great dad," right after this revelation made me laugh out loud. Also, Chris calls Scott and his kids' relationship delicious. Delicious.
I think he was trying to catch a Pokemon on Pokemon Go while he was driving. I think he was on his phone. I think that's why people do this kind of stuff. Sorry, Cran.
Why people, you said?
This is why people. This is why people do like crash their cars if they're not drunk. It's because they're on their phones. Mm-hmm. He's probably going really fast, looked at his phone, hit a curb, hit a mailbox, flipped.
Yeah.
When they first said it, I was outside the room, and they go, Scott's car completely flipped over, and I was like, what? Like they didn't say like he hit or anything. They made it sound like he pressed a button, like the flip over button.
Like, it's the wrong button, Scott.
He's like, shit, I was trying to roll down the window and I actually pressed the flip over button and my car flipped over. Like, they made it sound like it just, like the car did it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was whatever.
And Scott looks thicker.
Yeah.
And he looks a little bit tired. I'm pretty tired.
Maybe alcohol wasn't involved, but maybe a bunch of Xanax was. You know, like, who knows? He seems depressed as shit.
Yeah. And it's weird that his daughter had to clean him up.
That was weird, yeah.
That was weird.
He might have been in shock or something, who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. So,
I like Scott maybe more than ever on the show. Just because I hate them more and more.
Yeah.
Early Scott, when he was like a young douchebag, rich guy.
Yeah.
That guy sucked.
Yeah.
He was still funny sometimes, but now he's just kind of like sad as shit. And I don't know, it really endears him to me, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him. Especially the more that Courtney is annoying with Travis, the more he seems like he really got an unfair deal.
I don't know if it was unfair, but
you're right. You're right.
He
I'm
was
sorry.
awful.
He totally deserved Courtney dumping him. Yeah. It just doesn't seem like Courtney ever loved him as much as she loved Travis, which is like...
It doesn't seem like Courtney deserves a lot.
But the way she loves Travis also seems like fake and put on.
Performative.
Yeah, performative. It could be even real and sick. You know, like if that is real, that seems sick.
Yeah.
Like you got a mental issue. Both of you do. Mm-hmm. If you're like doing that kind of shit. Anyway.
So next, Kylie's tour of Europe continues with a trip to Harrods in London, England, to see her makeup on display with daughter Stormy.
Yeah.
No son to be in sight. It's just Stormy.
In case you need to use the bathroom, this is when.
Yeah. And she's building something that her kids can be proud of and a part of, because it's important that kids see their mom prey on the insecurities of young people and pursue her dreams.
Yeah. All of them.
Yeah.
Just hurting everyone with, the...
And she's wearing this stupid shirt where it's like it's giving herself a hug from the back.
Yeah.
It's like on this glove shirt where it's like... It's really
I thought it was some weird like art thing that when I seen the glove on her chest.
I think it's like an art shirt. Thing. Like it's like a...
It's stupid and bad.
Yeah, it's very stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stupid.
They'll never be a part of anything creatively interesting.
No.
Kanye West almost... Like, he was having a good impact on that shit, but even then it was, like, spoiled by them.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't... What did I say? You can't polish a turd. Yeah.
Yeah. Still a turd.
It's still a turd.
Yeah. Still a turd. Kylie's still a turd.
And also, this is, again, just, like, bathroom break, popcorn break, like, anything with Kendall and Kylie is just...
Yeah. Moving on from that, Khloe and Chris are in Chris's kitchen. Chris is head to toe in family brands. Travis Scott sneakers, Good American jumpsuit, a Skims bra, and then Chris pulls out her safely cleaning spray to clean the counter after she puts her Travis Scott shoes on the counter.
Did you say this is Chris's house?
Yes.
Is it Chris's house? Yeah. I thought it was, but yeah.
Khloe is disgusted that Chris would put her shoes on the counter, but willingly kisses Tristan on the lips. Which is actually a perfect way to educate people that OCD isn't about liking things neat or flipping light switches on and off. It's about controlling what you feel you can to make yourself feel safe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
As a person with OCD, this is very true.
Yeah.
This is very, very, very true.
She's only a little bit clean, but she...
But this author is very correct.
True, yeah.
In that they're kind of unintentionally, it's like, you fucking kissed Tristan, you gross bitch.
Yeah.
So ultimately, your thing about being clean isn't really about being clean. OCD is about control.
I also think I also was like, why would they make this like a Khloe OCD moment when also anybody should be grossed out about somebody putting their shoes on the kitchen counter? Number two, this whole thing was a fake commercial for all their brands, and when she literally put her shoe on the counter after Khloe said, "I have those same shoes."
Yeah, and then she immediately then said, "Sorry, Khloe," and pulls out the cleaning spray from her brand.
Why would she need to put the shoe on the counter if Khloe has those shoes? Why do you need a closer look? She has those. For who is that for? Oh, you got these shoes? Cool. If you have the shoes and somebody's like, I got those shoes too, you don't have to show them to them, right? They have it. Am I crazy? It's a commercial. This is the fakest shit ever.
It's fake as shit.
Yeah.
Let me see this. Her doctor is satisfied that the surgery was successful and that Khloe will be fine. Mm-hmm. Khloe's not gonna die.
The melanoma thing, so it's done?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
Damn. I was still rooting for the melanoma in that.
Khloe won, melanoma 0.
That's the first time somebody had a fight with cancer where everyone was rooting for the cancer.
Damn. Big loss.
Yeah. We're devastated for the cancer.
It was hard enough.
We all feel bad. Prayers to the cancer's family.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
Dulce of Dolce & Gabbana arrives at Kim's office.
That was the Dulce? Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you. I'm trying not to interrupt you. Go ahead.
He's doing better, but we're sorting it. I'll start over. Dolce of Dolce & Gabbana arrives at Kim's office. Kim is brimming with confidence and insecurity. She knows what she wants to see, but isn't sure if other people will want to see what she wants to see. She's also a bit worried about how Courtney's going to feel about it, but she's not going to fight with her family again.
What? That's how it ends, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever.
And the one of the guys, Dojo Kambana, he calls Kim a pop star. Not,
Yeah.
not
You
true.
hated that.
Not true.
I said maybe he meant it was a language thing. He meant pop culture star, which I guess she's kind of that. She's definitely not a pop star. She's been in movies and doesn't she have music?
She was in the disaster movie, yeah, and she was in like.
She was in a serious movie too.
What?
Yeah, we looked it up one time. It doesn't matter.
Oh.
She played like a secretary or something. It was like a very minor role in some really bad movie. A Tyler Perry movie, maybe. I think she's in a Tyler Perry movie, which is pretty funny.
I think that's everything.
That's everything. Yeah, all the scenes where Kim is fake working is really narcissistic too, where she's like, "This is about Kim. This fashion line is about Kim."
Yeah, and
she's like, "Well, it's about me. It's about me." People. She has a line. Remember, I was like, "Listen to this line. It's like the most narcissistic thing I've ever heard." She goes like, "People will buy these clothes because they like that I wore them."
What the fuck?
Or something like, I can't remember the exact wording, but it was like so gross. Like she's just like, people will like this stuff because it's related to me and everybody likes me.
Yeah, Kim really ain't shit.
Nobody likes her, and everyone watches this show out of hate.
Yeah.
It's like a pro wrestling thing. It's like people watch pro wrestling for the bad guys, you know?
Yeah, that's all it is.
And that's what this is. That's what this show is. People want to see the bad guys lose, and that's why they watch. And the more the bad guys don't lose, the angrier we get, and the more we watch. Because we want to see them lose.
Yeah. All right, folks. We'll see you next week. Adios. Bye.
Bye.